Hey guys, today we are on our way to the Douro Valley, the famous wine region in Portugal where the port wine comes from, and a lot more of the delicious and very affordable Portuguese wines. We have done a tasting of the port wines already in the cellars in Porto yesterday, which you can also see in another video, but today we are visiting the Douro region itself. From Porto we took the A4 to Vila, passing through some gorgeous valleys before our first visit. Starting with the palace of Mateus. We won't be visiting the inside of the palace because we would have had to wait an hour for the visit. This is the possibilities if you do want to visit the inside, but we are going to have a look around the gardens, which apparently are stunning. Let's go and have a look. My family has been drinking Mateus Rosé for years, so when I saw that this beautiful palace existed, we had to go there. The facade is the same one that I had seen on the bottles all those years, not knowing it was such a stunning place to visit. The palace has some old stables and carts, as well as a big chapel connected to the gardens, which stole the show in autumn. The leaves were changing color, and one of my favorite elements of the garden was this cool tree tunnel leading back into the vineyard that grows on the slopes behind the palace. I was obsessed with the red leaves, the tiny grapes, and may have stuffed my bag with castanhas, which my family-in-law loves to eat. They had some cute donkeys grazing around and even an organic vegetable garden. A cute little robin came to tell us goodbye as we set off to head deeper into the Douro Valley. The Douro Valley, also called the Alto Douro, is the oldest wine region in the world and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's also the only wine region in the world that is legally allowed to produce port wine. The road between Vila and Pinhão was one of the most gobsmacking scenic roads I have seen anywhere in the world. It made me think of the Ha Giang Loop in Vietnam, but instead of rice fields, it has vineyards, of course. Then finally we arrived in Pinhão, a small town on the banks of the Douro River, surrounded by some famous wineries. If you do not have a car, then you can take the train from Porto, and the 2-hour journey, which runs along the Douro, will surprise you with some unforgettable views along the way. The train station, decorated with azulejos, is so cute. We walked down to the water and booked a 1-hour boat trip through the valley for €12.50 per person. We spotted some fish and took in the views as we waited for the time of our tour. Then we headed to the right pier to hop on board. If you download their free app, an audio guide will tell you more about what you see along the way and the history of the valley. If you think 1 hour is not enough to take in all the magnificent views, then maybe a cruise is more for you. These can last up to a week, and heading upstream means that the scenery gradually gets better and better. If you only have a full day, there are tours going straight from Porto, including a boat tour and a visit to one or two of the best wineries of the region. We did not visit a winery here, however we took a tour of the cellars in Porto, including a tasting already. 6 of the world's 50 best wineries are located in the Douro region, including Quinta do Castro and Graham's Lodge. Sandeman grows their grapes at Quinta do Seixo, where they have an interesting biodiversity trail that you can go on as well. I would love to try the Vinho verde, which is a unique Portuguese lightly sparkling wine that makes a second fermentation in the bottle. So we will definitely be back to taste and see some more. A winery you can easily walk to from town, starting at the cute writer's place, is Quinta da Roeda. We drove back to the city after this, but we had a few more stops along the way. Just as good as the sights we saw was the journey to and from them. We drove back along the meandering Douro River, just like the train does. Along the river, there are 5 dams, making the river easily navigable. We stopped at one of them and enjoyed watching the process for a while, all while spotting the fish and the birds. It was really cool to see. We then finally arrived at the Santuário da Nossa Senhora dos Remédios in Lamego. Our GPS led us up the hill, so we avoided having to climb up all the steps. The views from here were amazing, but we had to see what it looked like from the bottom as well. As the sun sets, we made our way back to Porto, which you can see all about in the previous video. That is it for this video, guys. Subscribe if you don't want to miss the next videos. Also, don't forget to check out the previous videos about Lisbon, Sintra, more of Portugal, and of course also ticking off very Portuguese things on my Portuguese bingo card. And then I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!